All right, I shut the camera off for a while because stuff got real here, man. So I was really freaked out about the problems I had with the bike. Pulled the trans, obviously saw an issue. I got a parts bike downstairs, so I tore into that. I pulled that shaft out. You know, I was talking to Mike on and off all night. I think I figured out what happened, where I went wrong. Absolutely just screwed up. But anyway, I got the trans out. I put that shaft in and just jammed it back together just to see how far I can get. I had the gaskets, so I got it all together. I feel pretty good about where I'm at, so I'm going to come out here tomorrow and I'm going to tighten up the sprocket and then put everything on the right side of the bike over here. I didn't disconnect the clutch, so there's nothing to bleed here, so this should be pretty quick. I just have to adjust the clutch, finish put my floorboard shifter on, battery back in, and then we'll go to the other side and then put everything else back on. So that'll be Sunday, Easter Sunday. I'm going to sneak out here early before we have to head out, and then hopefully get this thing maybe ridden around the block tomorrow. That would be just awesome. I'm still going to try to get it down to Mike or somehow get it to him so that he can get it out to the show. So, hey, the drama continues, but heading in the right direction now. And then before I bolted everything up, I put the trans in. I triple checked it, and then I ran it through all the gears manually to make sure, yes, it will shift. Yes, it does have neutral. So that part of the problem is solved. So onward and upward, and then we'll come back here tomorrow, finish this thing up. Well, Sunday morning. Good morning. Happy Easter. All right, out here, going to try to get the bike over the finish line today. Going to adjust the clutch and turn my attention to everything on the right side. So let's giddy up. Okay, rear tire is 4 years old. Front tire still has the blue on the white walls, but it's 26 years old. So the average is 15 years old. So two 15-year-old tires. Yeah, it's good enough to go around the block. All right, successful test run. So the next steps are I got a new front fender that'll go on there, a new front wheel with a newer front tire. So we'll get that all done. And then we're going to figure out, why does a Ford guy have a Chevy tailgate in his garage? I don't even know.
Running through the steady plain, bind my feet and carry me away. Every morning when the world is still, I can hear him coming down that hill. And in my worried heart I run circles round my grave.
right, it's Wednesday, about 2 weeks until the one show. Right now, I should be in St. Louis. It's about 6 p.m. I'm not. I'm at home. I took a half a day off to take the bike down to a buddy who's going to drop it off in Arkansas so it can get loaded on Mike's trailer to go out to Portland. But it didn't happen because it's still here. It didn't want to leave. It's going to miss me when it goes. So had all kinds of trouble yesterday. I was trying to bleed the front brakes. It just wouldn't go. I'm using the syringe method, opened up the port on the bottom, the bleeding port, tried to force fluid in, it would go, but it just wouldn't bleed. There's air trapped in the system, couldn't deal with it. Got frustrated last night, just sent everyone notes saying, hey, sorry, I'm not going to be there, so here it sits. So I'm thinking of plan B. I don't know if I'm going to be driving out or trying to hook up with Mike later on, but anyway, got 3 issues I need to sort through. Number one is going to be obviously the front brakes. Got to have a front brake. The other one is I've noticed that the tank is pressurizing when I ride the bike. So on my short test drive, came back, popped the gas cap off, all kinds of air escaped. So I think it's just not venting. It's probably normal that when you have a gas tank sitting over a hot motor, the air inside expands, has nowhere to go. So it's not venting. So I got to find out what's going on there. And then the other issue is, well, here, I'll show you. This rear pipe looks horrible. It's just an old pipe because when I got this bike it had no exhaust pipe, so you can see how this is all kind of brown, stained, ugly. I think I have another one, a pipe off an old bike somewhere up in here in the attic, so I gotta climb around up there and see if I can find it. So that'll be the third thing that I do because I don't want to take this thing to a show. It's got a big mark on it here, and it just looks nasty, so I want to make sure I represent the community properly. So we want the bike to look as good as it could. I will say one thing. When I did ride this bike on a little test drive, it handles, I don't know why, completely different than my daily rider right there, 1080 that's up on the lift. That thing is like a school bus. This thing is just really nimble and quick. I don't know why. And maybe it's just my mind playing tricks on me because I don't have a windshield, I don't have bags on it, but it just seems really, really fun to ride. So I'm going to enjoy riding this thing around. So anyway, that's the mission for tonight. Try to knock out a couple of those things, and then we'll see what's going to happen. If I'm going to be loading it up on the trailer and driving it out, or trying to hook up with Mike somewhere down the road. But time to put the camera down and get to work. So talk to you later. Another Deadwood update. The front brakes are working, but that's the aftermath. That's the aftermath. I pulled out every bleeding tool that I owned. I even set up a spare brake caliper and master cylinder just to make sure I was bleeding it right. I was. I have no idea why I wasn't bleeding. Did not cooperate. Finally gave in, and I was able to bleed it on like my 12th attempt. I had no idea why it finally worked, but it did. Got front brakes. No plate, no insurance, but just ran up and down the driveway here. And hey, it stopped. And I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank Kugels. You should be a sponsor because I love you guys, and you need a lot of Kugels to work on an Excelsior Henderson. All right, I got another update for you. It's Thursday morning. I'm on my way to St. Louis with the bike in tow. That's it. Follow me back there if you can see through the back glass. This whole thing was on again, off again. I got the brakes sorted out yesterday after work. I found out what my problem was with the tank, with the venting. It's not the tank, it's the line. So it's got to be something plugged up on the line, or my rollover valves and upside down, or something weird like that. So literally last minute, like 8:30 last night, loaded up the bike. I'm gonna head down to St. Louis, meet Benji, my buddy Benji, my new best friend in the whole world. He's gonna load up the bike, and he's gonna run it down to Mike in Arkansas today. So, and Mike will load it up and get it out to the one show for me. And I'm gonna just have to rob a bank to pay this guy off, man. He's been so helpful and so wonderful. So that's the update. And We'll just take it one day at a time here, man. I still don't know when I'm going, how I'm getting there, but I'm going to get there. So stay tuned. There'll be more. All right, just got the bike loaded up on Benji's truck. It'll be making its way down to Arkansas later today, so mission accomplished. Time to get back to work before my boss realizes I'm gone.
Everything is a falling ember. Everybody's cashing in. Hear the rain falling at your window.